What is up? Welcome back to the Jungle Report. We have another episode with you today. We're going to be doing the Duke Tobin interview that happened on July 27th as well. There's 4 interviews that happened. This is the 4th video. The 3 other interviews that happened that day were the Al Golden interview, the Dan Pitcher interview, and the Zach Taylor interview. But yeah, let's get right into it. So the first thing that Duke Tobin talked about was that the Bengals that have accomplished a lot of things they wanted to do this offseason, and that they were able to make things work even if they weren't in the original plan. They made massive improvements to the defense, which I'm super happy about, and I think Duke Tobin's also really happy about that because he said he was very accomplished with that. He's very proud of this group and organization. He trusts the players. He really loves everyone. He's super happy to have all these new additions and players that have played with him for many other seasons. And he said that he feels good about the people in our organization and group. Like I said, he has trust in them. Feels great about them. He's confident in them. Yeah. He said everyone enjoys being around each other. They all want to compete at a high level together. And, not only has Duke Tobin showed how, everyone's together, but, Orlando Brown Jr. was also talking about this as well, that what separates this team from others is the togetherness. And I think that's a key part of a football team is being together, having chemistry. And I think that's something the Bengals definitely have. He talked about how important the D-line position is, and that's one of the reasons why he made so many improvements to the defensive line, was how important of a group it is, because when you have a really good D-line, it makes your secondary look better, because you're pressuring the QB, you're making the ball go out quicker, so that can lead to interceptions, tighter coverage. And yeah, it's just defensive line is such an important position, and Duke Tobin has definitely made some great improvements to that. Dexter Lawrence, Boy Mafe, Jonathan Allen, Cassius Howell, and then at the secondary positions, we have we got Brian Cook, Kyle Duggar, Takario Davis. These are all just new additions, but we also have reoccurring players like B.J. Hill, Shamir Stewart, Miles Murphy, Dax Hill, DJ Turner, Jordan Battle. I could go on and on, but we've got Chris Jenkins. We just have a great team, and I think this is really gonna help us this year. We have a lot of depth at the D-line position, so we have different groups to sub in and be fresh for games. On long drives when players get tired. It's important to have good substitutions. And Duke Tobin, not only does he feel confident with the starters, but he feels confident with the backups, because they're going to need to make plays when, if someone gets injured, which hopefully doesn't happen, someone's tired, which is totally normal, and it's just a lot of possibilities that can make these backups go in. So Duke Tobin has full faith in them. Some of the reasons why we didn't have as much success last year was because, a lot of new people on the team, maybe not as much chemistry, rookies, injuries as well. Shamir Stewart was injured for like 9 games, I believe. Trey Hendrickson was out for almost the whole season. Just a lot of unfortunate events that happened, but I think we've rebuilt that structure, and we've turned this defense into a great looking defense. I mean, I'm just super. This is probably the most talented defense I've seen the Bengals with so far. But and people were injured, and there's new people on the team, but that also leads to development for some people, like Miles Murphy, who went from a pretty mild rookie year for year or two, to leading the Bengals in sacks last season with 5.5, and he just stepped up as a player. DJ Turner as well. Didn't have any interceptions in his first season, and now he had 2 interceptions, and he tied for a third most passes defended. Just definitely some more development from the defense. When he was asked about what what does a good season look like to you, he just answered, he said, just winning championships. That's what people want. That's what the Bengals want. That's what everyone wants, and just winning championships. Um, and I think the Bengals have definitely showed how much they want this Super Bowl, because Joe Burrow himself has said he's showing more urgency, because he really wants to win the Super Bowl, and he's a lot of people said that they just want to, like Jamar Chase said, I don't really care about getting 1,000 yards or whatever. I just want to win a Super Bowl, and that's what a lot of these people are saying, and you can tell they really want it. He also talked about just trying to be world champions every year, being the best we can, performing at a high level, going out there, winning on Sundays. We have a lot of opportunity with how much improvement we've made to this entire team. We have a lot of opportunity. I believe we have the third easiest schedule as well, so just a lot of opportunity to go out there and win games and make a deep playoff run. He's praising Dexter Lawrence. He's ready-made. He's a super valuable player. He's a great leader, highly motivated. Like I've said many times before, signed with the Bengals on a Sunday, and then the next day came straight to practice and did not miss a single practice at all. Just a great player. He's always looking for potential signings. It's a 365-day process of building a roster. I like that he said. They're never not looking for players. People can get injured. People can request trades. Not that I don't think any Bengals player is unhappy with being on the team right now. Everyone seems super passionate, and I think this is just an amazing organization. But a lot of things can happen. So he said we're always looking to sign new players. We're never off the table for signings and stuff. He feels that we're a great football team, and I definitely agree. I mean, I think it's going to be a great season for the Cincinnati Bengals, and I'm really excited to see what this team can do. Very impressed with Joe Flacco. He performs, and he does what the organization looks for. And Joe Flacco understands that as well. He's very happy with this organization, and he loved re-signing with the Bengals for another year. Just amazing performances. Just getting traded so suddenly and just hopping right into games. It's not easy as a quarterback, but Joe Flacco got it done, and just a very, very great veteran quarterback. Loves the organization, loves football, and just a great guy in general. Dalton Reisner coming back from an injury. He's Duke Tobin had nothing but good words about him. He's very engaging to be around. He has a lot of knowledge, great leader, versatility, and he has full faith that this offensive line can be a top 5 offensive line in the league. And I think the O-linemen themselves are showing, improving, and they have faith in themselves that they can be one of the best offensive lines in the league. And it's not only going to be, Duke Tobin said, not only am I praising the starters, but we have a lot of young guys at backup positions who will definitely be ready to step in, and he has full faith in those people as well. And about a 11-minute interview, so not like a crazy amount of stuff to talk about, but definitely had some great things to say. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. I really like posting content, and I hope I get to do more in the future. I'm starting high school soon, so I don't know how busy I'll be, but I'll probably be pretty busy, so I don't know how often I'll get to post. But I hope I do get to post, maybe like every week or so in the future, but we'll see. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.